Good morning, Puckers. It's Lawrence Presman, the Prez, Carmine Bianco, Andrew McGinnis, and Dave Koken, and you're watching Puck Time. 4 games tonight. They decided to bring the Leafs back. Carm, remember when you did that charity poker tournament and you allowed the guys knocked out of the poker tournament to buy back in at the final table?
Yeah, it was a charity event, but only one person could buy back in. I auctioned off a seat
I
at the
want
final
that
table.
for the Leafs. What's up, Dave
No.
Koken? How you doing, dude? I heard you lost another college football play due to the COVID.
Yeah, and that was the 5% play. I was going to be on Notre Dame. Loved the matchup against Wake Forest. I thought they would win by 30. So there will be no 5% in college football this week because it's not like, well, that one's out, so I'm bumping something up. It doesn't work that way. I've got 2 4% plays up, though. One in the SEC. The other one's kind of an under-the-radar game that I think is strong. And the 60-day all-access package available for me and everybody else, which is an absolutely great deal.
Oh, I don't even know what the deal is. Why don't you tell us so I can steal it and use it in WTT?
Well, Andrew will probably have the details. It's, I think, because I don't have the price in front of me, but it's basically it's 60 days of all access from any handicapper you want for what is a tremendously low price.
I believe.
It's less than $400 for 2 full months.
Carmen, you
Andrew,
familiar?
Andrew's the
it's on your
detail guy here.
handicapping page, Lawrence.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
on your
that would
handicapping page.
require me
300
looking. Andrew, what's up?
$378.
$378 for 60 days all access. I said yesterday on Puck Time or on the first pitch show that I haven't seen a deal like that since the $199 for 1 month. But I mean, this is just an outstanding deal for not just 1 month, but for 60 days.
I'm taking.
So get that.
I'm taking notes. Okay, boys. Well, let's say hello to everybody. Chance, John, Kesson, Barr. I don't think I've seen your name. Welcome, my friend Jared Robertson. Some Carmine Bianco in the chat room. Carm, somebody got your username?
Yeah, no, there's 2 of us.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Jared, I appreciate you listening every day. Boys,
Did you guys get a chance to see those the article on ESPN about the NHL Bubble? It was really, really, really fascinating.
Well,
Anybody get a chance
no,
to read
give
it?
us a summary.
no.
It sounds like it was far more of a bad lifestyle in the NHL bubble than one's eye might have looked like.
What
it
does
was.
that
You know,
mean?
we thought
Bad meaning what?
they just well, it was all anonymous, so we didn't know exactly which players it was. It would just say from an anonymous Eastern Conference player or an anonymous Western Conference player. They talked about how a lot of things were promised to them that weren't delivered. One of the main things that was promised that was delivered was just like the NBA bubble, family being let in at some point, and all of a sudden that wasn't allowed. They were kind of like joking around, but also disappointed about how there was like a brochure given to them, and the brochure looked like in the West Coast one had like mountains and all this, like they were golfing and having so much fun. And I'm pretty sure like you were only able to golf if your whole entire team went. And obviously you're not going to golf on an off day, just one day. You're not going to golf on a game day. They made it sound like the courtyard. They said they felt safe, but they said they felt almost too safe. Like the security was just weird and uncomfortable, they said. And also they said the courtyard was just a little bit weird. Like apparently like some teams that are a little more wealthy, like the Montreal Canadiens, apparently they were kind of eating better than a team like, let's say, the Florida Panthers, which is super weird to kind of hear that in hockey. But apparently it was like
Well, let's look at it this way, and this might sound a little bit harsh, but at the end of the day, well, for Canadians who might know, I don't know how it is in the U.S., but imagine you're with your team or you're with 30 other people in your organization, but you're in a place like Gravenhurst, which is essentially it's a jail. You are in a
I'd like to
compound
apologize to all people
listen.
from Gravenhurst. It is an absolutely magnificent
Whatever.
lake town. It sits
Imagine if
on
you're-
Lake
if you're in a
Muskoka.
compound.
It has the
Whatever.
best bakery in all of Canada. Have you ever
But
had
you
that
know how
bakery?
that bakery isn't good if you're not allowed to go to that bakery. So you're in a compound for 2 months, seeing the same people day in and day out. And I get the NHL not letting the family in because here's the thing about not letting the family in is it's one of those risk averse things. If you let family in and even one person who you thought tested negative tests positive, you affect the team, who then affects another team, and the whole season is lost. I get it. These players made their choices of playing. They could have did what Tuukka Rask did. I'm going home to my family, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So they did not like bubble life. They like their income. They like their millions of dollars that they make. So sometimes you have to make the sacrifices.
Yeah,
Okay,
Carm,
guys.
my point more is that they promised stuff that wasn't delivered.
Guys.
That's mostly just what I was saying.
Guys, we're literally talking about not first
Yeah.
world problems for these players. We're talking about higher than first world problems. My heart bleeds for these $100 million men who get to play the sport I love, get paid, and have the most wonderful life ever. Who cares? Bunch of whiny, sour schmucks. They sound like they're from Buffalo, Carm. See, I took a shot at Buffalo. You took a shot at Gravenhurst. Dave Koken, any city you want to piss on?
Central Falls, Rhode Island isn't particularly nice.
Oh, my God, Dave. That's awesome. And what about Halifax, Andrew? I hear that's a shithole.
I knew that was coming. That was paying a -1,000.
Okay, boys, let's go. Brandon
my
Little,
fire
when
drive
is the
through
presidential
Maine, the whole
address?
state of
It's
Maine.
today, Lytle. It's today, 4 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check it out. WagerTalk today as well. Great show today. George DeSera from Caesars, bookmaker, on with us. Same with Mark Lawrence, Ralph Michaels, and tomorrow, Dave Koken. Okay, boys, let's go. Tampa Bay on the road in the bubble, playing Dallas at home in the bubble. -155 to Tampa Bay, a total of 5. Dave, regale us with your thoughts.
Game 2 is fascinating because it started off like every Dallas game, where the Stars are getting outplayed and the whole game's taking place in their defensive end of the ice. And Tampa finally breaks through. Bing, bang, boom. They got 3 goals on the board, and it's like, wow, they finally cracked Hudobin. And you're sitting there looking at this might be a 5-0 or a 6-1 type of game. The next 2 periods, Dallas controls the ice, and they get right back in the game, and it got pretty exciting at the end there. Who knows what happens if whoever was on the point doesn't fan on that shot, because it looked like a lot of congestion, and that one might have snuck through. So 3-2, Tampa wins, but I got to tell you, if you're a Dallas Stars back, feel too bad coming out of that game. You're still 1-1, and they kind of flipped the ice a little bit. This is going to be a wait and watch game for me. I'm hoping that Dallas wins this game. If Dallas does win this game, I'm going to come on Tampa Bay in Game 4. This is looking more and more like a 7-game series to me. But if Tampa wins tonight, 2 games in a row, they might start to have that full head of steam, and there might be no stopping them because they are the best team in the league. So I'm not going to play this game. If I were going to play it, it'd be the same thing I said the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, it landed on 5, so it was a push, but this is an under series, and I don't see that changing tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you there too, Dave. I like the under, but I also like Tampa Bay. I understand what you're saying with Dallas. I just look at it, and I think Tampa Bay is a better team, and I think they got their mojo back. They even scored on a power play, Andrew McGinnis. Andrew, you look good, dude.
Let me jump in one.
Yeah,
one
Dave,
quick
go
thing.
ahead.
I agree. Tampa's the better team, but Colorado was the better team. Vegas was the better team. Dallas is still playing.
Yeah. I get it. Andrew, you look good, dude. Your hair looks excellent. That shirt color brings out the best in you, and it looks like you're in some place I've never seen before. Is that Halifax?
I appreciate it, Prez, and yeah, it's Halifax.
Wow, what a magnificent city, and I insult it all the time. Shame on me. Andrew, what do you like?
That's why I put it there. Yeah, first and foremost, it was a blast being on the show, WagerTalk today with you and Teddy. going over the games, and we'll have some prop bets afterwards at the end of the show to go over. But I want to start off. Pretty much I said on Puck Time and WagerTalk today that in order for Tampa to be successful, their star players have to come out to play. And then I said for Dallas Stars, we have to see depth of scoring. Well, now it's the second straight game where we've seen a player on the Dallas Stars score his first goal of the NHL playoffs. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, we saw Palat get his ninth goal and Point get his 10th. So I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to exactly what I said before. I'm taking Dallas Stars here tonight until I start seeing some guys a little bit farther down the lineup producing some offense for this Tampa team. I think Dallas is better because when you look at it, a dire moment, obviously you want to have that guy in the NBA making the big shot or in the NFL making the big catch. But with the Dallas Stars, if you look at the series against Colorado, it wasn't a big name guy that scored the game winner for them. Who was it? A guy that's barely played that many NHL playoff games that had a hat trick. And I think that's what this series is going to really come down to. So at this price, I like Dallas. And, as far as what Dave said, I think it's easy to say this about a lot of series, and it's awesome to be able to say it about a Stanley Cup final. This series has zigzag theory written all over it. But another point to make, Dallas is now the home team. Dallas now gets the last change. Dallas now gets to put their stick down last at the face-off dot. We'll find out how impactful that is.
Carmine Bianco, I'm texting Colin. He can't come tonight. Sherry. He literally, he's like, have you met her? Oh, my God. These people are in a bubble still since March. They haven't left the house. Oh, my lordy lord. Carmine, what do you like in this game?
Well, back-to-back pushes for me on the total. But as I said, listen, I had a conversation with Joe Ranieri, who is our main digital content guy, and he played the under on my recommendation in game 2, and you would have thought you were dead at the end of the first period, but that was a 4 or 5 minute spurt where a couple power play goals, and the third goal was a bad one by Khudobin, and I think a lot of people probably thought, oh, there's no way Khudobin probably comes out in the second period. It's a good time to switch it up and give him the rest of the game off, but Rick Bowness stuck with him, kept him there, and it paid dividends. He played well the rest of the way. Didn't allow a goal. It's still pushed on the under, but I'm telling you, they keep giving you plus money on this under. I'm sorry, there's just that you can't make a case. And I know we talked about this last show. I can't make a case for ever saying that I like the over in any of these games until something changes. There's still very good goaltending. Vasilevsky looked good. These teams are playing tight. They're keeping shots to the perimeter. If they stay out of the box, it's probably another low-scoring game. I could eat my shoe here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, and Dave is probably going to tell me I'm crazy here. I think this series is over if Tampa Bay wins tonight. And Tampa Bay to win the series 4-1 is plus 333. And I might actually take a little bit of that money on the premise. The price is, I never want to say a price of minus 155 is right, but 155 is right here for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay in the under for me here.
Carm.
Again, if they win, I think it's over.
Carm, listen, I don't have a problem with you saying Tampa Bay is going to win 4-1. I'd like to get Dave and Andrew's opinion on this. I'm finding plus 330 to be a bad value bet. They got to win 3 straight. Why wouldn't you just roll your money?
Because minus 160 rolled 3 times. Parlaying it 3 times minus 160 gives you 3.19 odds.
That's assuming it's minus 160.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you think? I think you got to pay at least 400.
I hadn't even considered it, so I mean, I can't do the quick math here, so I don't know whichever way is the better value. If you think Tampa's going to win 3 in a row, but I don't think Tampa's going to win 3 in a row.
But that's good stuff, Carm. Guys, sports group, Nate, Trance, how are you guys? Danny Yu. W, brother. You like the letter. Nate, AJS, what's up? Don Buster, what's going on? And Rob Braley, I responded to you. I picked today. Let's do dinner. Andrew, do you have any props for us?
Yeah, I'm going with some goal scoring props. We cashed one for plus 300 the other day. So as much as the NHL's kind of slowed down for me as far as volume, the prop bets are going pretty well. So I got two goal scoring props. This time I've got two from the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I have one from the Dallas Stars. First one for me is Yanni Gourde, plus 325. This is kind of buying into my theory about not a top guy. He's still a good goal scorer and can find the back of the net. Next guy, Blake Coleman, plus 350. He's been making dangerous scoring opportunities. He's been looking good. It's just the guys like Point and Kucherov that are finishing off these plays. I'm also going with John Klingberg, plus 500. I mean, guys, these prices are ridiculous. We look back at the McKinnon Colorado series. A winner's a winner, right? A winner's a winner at whatever you bet, whether it's boxing, UFC, hockey, whatever it is. But I'm not going to bet a minus 120 or a plus 120 on a goal scoring prop. I'm just not going to do it. I need to have value. I need to be able to play a few of these and cash one out and get something like 3 or 4 to 1 odds on these. And I'm going back to a guy that I mentioned the other day. He didn't score, but looked good again, and the odds are pretty strong. Rupe Hintz at plus 350 for the Dallas Stars. And Prez, it was a brutal beat. It was the over 31.5 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wide open opportunity for the empty net goal. Would have cashed over tickets for over bettors. Also would have cashed my player shots or my team shots, and they elect not to really go for it. As far as that goes, I'm taking a day off from those and seeing how this game goes.
Guys, I'm going to go slightly off topic here. I host WagerTalk today with Teddy at 12 o'clock. That show's super tight for time. I don't get a chance to talk. There's very little breathing room. You guys watched the NBA. Dave, you watched the NBA game last night?
I have not watched a minute of NBA. We'll see. The NBA holds very little interest.
So here's what I'm talking about. 4 seconds left in basically a blowout. Lakers inbound the ball. Denver is just standing around waiting for the game to end. Back to the ball. One of the Lakers guy, one of the white guys, I don't know, ran the ball
Caruso
down the court and laid it up for a basket. Now, it was meaningless. It didn't affect the total. It didn't affect the line. Can you imagine if it did?
It did. It affected the second half total.
It did?
The second half total of over 110.5 points.
Oh, I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, Alex Caruso.
What the hell was that guy thinking? That it was the most unsportsmanlike thing ever. I was watching the game. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Prez, I was playing in a game one time, and it was like 11-point difference. So the players are dribbling it out. The coaches are yelling, dribble it out, like for sportsmanship, right? So the guy that has the ball, or the defender, goes to put his hand out to shake the guy's hand with the ball, just out of courtesy. Hey, great game, man. There's 7 seconds left. We'll high five. The guy puts his hand out. He grabs the ball from him and runs down to try and reach his 30 points.
Oh.
The coaches were pissed.
Yeah.
So you never really know with those guys.
Yeah. Well, so Andrew, that took the second half total over.
Yep.
Wow. He must have bet it.
Prez,
talk to me.
What's Buster's saying? I'm happy for a lucky push. At no point ever in the game was I ever losing with my under 5. So how's it? It's an unlucky push. At no point was I ever.
Why
losing.
would you even respond
from the
to him?
standpoint of no empty net goal?
Well,
I mean that's but.
I
would agree. It's kind of no. I got to tell you, it's 3-1, and it's what 3-1 pretty early.
Carm,
3-1 at the end of the second.
You got lucky.
It's
Nobody
So
is
then I
dissing
was
your play.
unlucky. So then I was unlucky in game one where they scored an empty net goal
Yeah,
to
yeah.
push to 5.
Correct. You were.
I look at it. At no point in game one was I ever losing. I was winning the whole way and then pushed. And by the same token, I was winning the whole way in game two
I
and
don't.
pushed. So
It's 3-0 midway through the first period. You're not winning under 5.
it's like taking a favorite in the NFL. You're losing until they score.
Okay, technically, right.
So
But you're actually a big underdog in the first period of that game.
oh yeah, of course, Dave. I wasn't
I think
thrilled at the
it
end
went
of
to
the first.
6.5 in the end
I
game.
wasn't thrilled. But one thing I'd like to say about tonight's game is don't be surprised if during the pregame skate you see Steven Stamkos on the ice. He's not going to get a regular shift, but there's a very good chance that he'll be in the lineup and as part of the Tampa Bay power play.
Oh, that's so scary. Ooh, Stephen,
It
who?
should be. Yeah. All right.
What's he played?
Oh,
3
by the way,
games in 5 years?
I would take a Stamkos 80% over any Leaf 100%.
And on that note, Dave, anything to
Prez.
call it a day? Anything before we call it a day?
I have 8 matchups up in PGA, package only, all access only. They won't be sold individually. So, and I went 6-2 last week. First week I did matchups.
Nice.
So, I think there's a good opportunity to cash some tickets on this week's matchups. I have a baseball upset special up for tonight, and I've got an SEC top play, SEC best bet, and I forget my best value play in college football. So there's lots of good stuff up there for individual sale or take advantage of the special offer and get everything. And that's it. I'm done.
Okay, Andrew McGinnis.
I have my very first NFL 5% release of the season, Thursday Night Football. Probably just my third ever 5% NFL since I've been at WagerTalk, and I'm off to a 5-2 start to the season. So grab that or grab a 60-day pass and let's roll for the next 2 months.
Carmine Bianco.
Yes, I'm on a very good run right now. I have a 5% play that goes today at 3 o'clock in soccer. I have an NFL 5% and a couple other plays up as well, and a couple of college football games if they don't get canceled by COVID. I put up the games that I liked, and the 2-packs can easily become 3-packs if I like a game between now and then. I just add that game to the package, so you're going to get a couple plays, but there's a ton of action, and that 60-day, with everything in full swing, that 60-day all-access package, I think, is an absolutely great deal. So head over to WagerTalk, select your favorite tapper, and fire away.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. Not many of these left, which is okay, because it's going to start again in a couple of months. Love you
Two more
all,
after
everybody.
this.
Thank
Cross your
you
fingers
so
on that
much. What, Dave?
I said cross your fingers on that one.
Yeah, they
2
are.
more shows after this.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Puck Time. Make sure to check out Wager Talk today at noon Eastern. Baseball show at 2 p.m. NBA at 3 p.m. So much going on at Wager Talk. And oh, sheesh. We have a new website. Andrew, did you see it?
Right.
I did, yeah.
It looks incredible, right?
I haven't seen it. I'm going to it right now.
Then let's stay on.
yeah,
Let's stay on air and
It's
hear
pretty
Dave's
sharp.
reaction.
Well, I'm looking for myself.
Well, how about
Yeah.
look at the site?
And just
The
an
site
update,
site would look better if I was closer to the top.
Lawrence, just an update for the viewers or the guys who are in the chat. We're aware that the live lines or live odds are not working. Our
Yep.
tech guys are working on that to get that up and working as soon as possible.
The new site is so sick. It looks amazing on mobile. It looks amazing on tablets. It's really smooth. And more stuff coming. I mean, Dave, minus the fact that you're not on the top of it one day a month. What do you think?
It looks nice and clean, but I can't find myself.
Okay, guys, let's call it a day. Dave is
You click over experts, Dave.
too busy looking for himself. There's so much there. We'll leave it for another day. I'm the Prez later, everyone. See you at noon. Wager Talk today. Love you all.